So, well, I'm Holly. I started Holly Scent-Sations 11 years ago, next month actually. Basically, I got started with my candles because I got tired of buying a soy candle that I couldn't smell, and so I got frustrated and just decided to start making my own. So I started making Holly Scent-Sations in my home. I had moved, and anybody who knows me knows that happened a few times, but when I had moved, I had designed my kitchen to hold and accommodate what I assume would be my last growth in Holly's. And within a matter of years, that was definitely way too small. So I ventured out and found a small retail shop just right off the square. I assumed that was going to be my forever Holly's location, but thankfully, with the great customers that I have, within a matter of 3 months, I was already looking for a much larger space. And one day during Applefest, I actually noticed a building downtown on the square that was for rent and made the leap. Ended up with a very large retail space and was housed there for several years actually. One of the things that I love the most about Holly's, again, starting just here in our great little small town, was the reception that I got from everybody. When I first started, there was this, you're a candle maker, how many people are going to buy your candles? How many people are going to buy any of your products to keep you going? And again, obviously it has. I am 11 years into it. After a few years of just doing the candles and the melts, again, I got into my natural products, and that became more of a necessity for me. I started out, once I had a few products, I started out doing some local bazaars and small craft fairs, and I have since grown into doing very large markets. My products are actually, I ship them out around the country. In fact, I actually ship internationally. My favorite package I ever shipped was a large box of my lotions, went to several soldiers that were serving in Afghanistan. And that was, to me, like the highlight of my business there. But I have all kinds of different products. Again, if I don't use them, I won't make them. All of my products I do my research on, and I do, well, in fact, my deodorants, I spent 3 years in trial and error trying to find the perfect recipe that I liked. And it's been very successful. I sell a ton of it. My customers love it. I've expanded out into, I have like the bar soaps and the foam soaps and my bug sprays, which were great and that I love, but I also have customers who love it and they use it on their pets. They use it on their dogs, which my dog was way too hairy, so I couldn't, but I had lots of them who said they loved it. After I moved into the retail space, I very quickly realized that it was much larger than what I needed alone. So I had made the decision that I wanted a coffee shop inside the store with me. Even though anybody who knows me knows that I cannot stand the smell of coffee. It makes me want to throw up. But I actually mentioned it to a friend of mine, Amanda, who had told me that I need to get a hold of Juli Root because she has always had a dream to have a coffee shop. So I knew Juli, reached out to her, and she said, "Oh my gosh, are you serious?" Like, yes, but this is scary. So kind of merged a little bit there, and as Juli just mentioned, I pushed her way faster than she was ready to be.
I'm very methodical. Things have to be perfect. I had to, I had it set up in my house forever. Testing everything, doing everything. And every day Holly was like, "Are you ready? Are we opening tomorrow? Are you ready?" I'm like, "Holly," and she's like, "We can do this." And next thing I know, she's like, she picked a date for me, and I'm thankful for that now because it definitely pushed me a lot quicker, and it was so much fun.
Yes. So,
when I moved into Holly's shop, it was beneficial for me. I gained all of her foot traffic, which gave me exposure. But I also was able to help her in that I could sell her products when she wasn't in the shop. So it was such a win-win, especially in a small town with those types of dynamics. It was just such a good mixture.
It was.
So it was a no-brainer, right? It was a no-brainer to have that opportunity to bring her in here.
So Julie and I were together there in the retail shop for a couple years, and Holly's just kind of grew and expanded beyond my wildest dreams. I mean, like I said, I started with my candles and then melts, and then ventured into my natural product line, and then just everything I make, I use. If I don't use it within my home, I don't make it. But life took a turn for me. A few years, about a year after Julie had left, my husband and I had started another business, and that became more of a full-time. And when that business took off, I came to the point where I could no longer do everything on my own. I could no longer man the shop 6 days a week, plus do my other business and still be mom. So I came in one day to get a drink and just unloaded on Julie on how life is just too hard. I don't want to shut down Holly's, but I just don't know what to do. And Julie was an answer to my prayer, because she said, you know what, we need to talk. And she came down that afternoon and said, you know, it's time for, as she had said, the full circle. It's time for me to maybe come in with her, and that worked out just beautifully for me. So, interesting information about my products. One of the things I boast about are the natural aspects of what I make. My lotions have 5 ingredients. I've taken all the preservatives, all the chemicals out of them. My deodorants are aluminum free. A lot of people just don't realize how harmful aluminum is to you, and your commercial deodorants contain a lot of aluminum. In fact, I have numerous cancer survivor patients who, let me know that their oncologists tell them they need to go to a natural deodorant or get rid of the aluminum. All of my products are all a natural base. They have no chemicals. They don't have any additives. It's just basically, at one point I thought about changing my name. I actually had a large retail chain reach out that wanted to carry my line. I've had a marketing company also reach out and want to do the marketing research analysis. But to go that avenue, I would have had to have changed how I ran my business and how my products were made, and that was something I just was not willing to do. My name is on it, so I take a lot of pride in it, and I just refuse to add all those additives to any of my stuff. Yeah, I've just been really overwhelmed with the warmth and the growth that I've received here locally in this community during this unprecedented time during the coronavirus. I had so many customers that were just determined to not let me feel that slowdown and that hit at all. I had so many reaching out and asking for porch pickups or drop-offs to keep Holly's going, and so I'm so thankful. I don't plan on going anywhere. I plan on Holly staying for a long period of time. I can't let it go because I use it all myself as well, so I have to stick with it.